college football. Yes, sir. These are the top 5 games of the week that are going to be showcased. We have BYU versus Oregon. Oregon's favored 3.5 here.
Ooh.
I don't understand why Oregon's favored in this game after BYU was favored last week against the top 10 against a ranked opponent. But I'm going BYU all the way here. They easily win this game, right?
That's risky. I don't know. What does Oregon learn from their Georgia beatdown week 1?
Exactly. Yeah.
I was high on Oregon, but now I am very high on Jaron Hall and this quarterback play from BYU. They have a good run game, good quarterback play, and their secondary is not to be toyed around with. They are looking very good.
Yeah, I'm going to take BYU as well, just because I think they're the better team. Well, I think they're the better coach team. Let me back up a little bit. I think they're a better coach team right now, and I think they got their scheme and how they want to play all figured out. I think Oregon has the better, probably more talent. I mean, it's Oregon, so you're going to say it's hard. I'm going to go with BYU as well.
Wow.
Barrett, where are you going?
I just feel like this is a absolute must-win for Oregon. If they don't win this, I mean, it's not like they're going to make the top 4 or anything, but they have to have this game at home. They are the favorites, but I'm going to pick them as far as seeding goes to upset BYU. Now, that kind of doesn't make any sense with the spread, but I'm going to take Oregon here. I'm going to take Oregon. Ducks have to prove something, man. I think BYU.
This is a back against the wall for Oregon. If they lose this game, their season's done.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they could squeak into a nice bowl game, but it's like, do you really want to go play in the PlayStation 500? No, you want to play. You want to play in one of the big 6.
They do get PS5s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, University of Miami versus Texas A&M. Look, A&M not looking great.
Another favored higher seed.
A&M currently, boy, is getting drugged through the mud on social media for their midnight yells, and all their, I don't want to really get into it, but it's like,
yeah, they're
A&M not looking so hot right now. They got a lot of criticism going around. If you even want to know, just go look up Texas A&M on Twitter. I'm sure that'll get you going. But I'm going to take Miami here, Vance.
Yep. I mean, A&M paid Appalachia State like $1.4 million to come into Texas to play them, and Appalachia State shocked the world. I'm going, man, I hate hyping up Miami because every time I do it, I get proved wrong. I'm going A&M on this one because I think A&M is going to come out swinging, dude. They are going to be pissed. There's so much social media stuff around them right now. There's so many TikToks about them right now. You can search Texas A&M on YouTube, and there's not a positive thing said about their program right now. It's nothing but negative clout. I think they're going to come out and throttle Miami because I hate hyping up Miami. It never works. Bear, where are you going?
Man, all I know is I saw a bet that if you would have had all 3 Sunbelt teams on a parlay, you would have made a lot of money. Like $100 would have been like 118 grand, something crazy. Either way, I'm not going to say I'm plugged into the University of Miami Twitter, but because it's Dolphins Twitter, there are a lot of U fans, obviously. They expect. Is it in Texas?
Yeah, it's in Texas.
Yeah, it's in
None of these games right here are neutral field. They're all at the home team.
Yeah, so you know what? I'm gonna have to. Sorry, Miami, the U Twitter, but I'm gonna have to take Texas A&M on a bounce back game. I think they're a more talented team. I think that was just some kind of a weird hiccup. And Texas A&M, I mean, they have to win this game, just like the Oregon game. Like they have to win to keep themselves somewhat relevant. I don't know if Texas A&M. Hey, if Texas A&M has the one loss and they somehow take down Alabama again and all that, they could maybe sneak in, but they need this game. They can't lose. So I'm going to take A&M here. I'm going to take the teams that backs are against the walls of these first 2 picks.
All right. Penn State versus Auburn. Penn State only favored -3 in this situation. I'm just not a believer in Auburn this year. I thought I would be. I'm just not. Let me take a look at Penn State's game last week. Who did they play last week?
Probably some nobody.
I don't even see them on here. Did they get
They weren't-
knocked out of the rankings week 1?
I don't think they were ranked coming in, were they?
I can't imagine Penn State not ever being ranked. I don't know. Let me just do this. This will get me there. They're 2-0, so okay, they weren't ranked. Okay, they played Purdue and Ohio their first 2 weeks. But Penn State, I'm not going to say they're looking good, but they're playing virtually nobodies. But Sean Clifford is looking pretty solid with 500 yards and 5 touchdowns in the first 2 games. And then Auburn, their quarterback is just not looking great. 3 picks, only 1 touchdown. Obviously a running team. And a defensive team. I like Penn State to win this one.
Yeah,
What are you thinking?
I'm jumping real quick and say Penn State.
Right, good.
Jumping real quick, say Penn State. Auburn don't have it this year, in my opinion. Penn State should be ranked. I don't think they're a top tier team, but I think they'll definitely take care of Auburn.
Wow. So
Where are you going?
I guess we're all taking the Big Ten team. It's tough, but yeah, I'm gonna take Penn State here. Reluctantly. Hard. It's hard to not believe in an SEC team, but maybe Auburn stinks. I don't know.
They're not looking very good. I mean, they are 2-0, but it's definitely not because of their quarterback play. Michigan State, number 11, going against Washington, unranked. Washington is looking very good. The Huskies are looking pretty solid on the offensive side. They got a quarterback that can sling it. They got a running back that can run it. But Michigan State, they got a Jalen Berger, that running back, taking the place of Kenneth Walker from last year, is looking very, very good. 227 yards with 4 touchdowns in the first 2 games. I mean, it's not KW3 numbers, but they're pretty solid numbers. But I kind of like the upset. I'm gonna go with the spread. Washington 3.5.
No.
It's been upset city in college football the past 2 weeks, and I'm gonna keep riding the train.
Has been. I like Michigan State to just pretty much dominate this game, even though it's in Washington. Michigan State's playing for a top 4 spot. They can't take a random loss to Washington, so that they smash them here.
I think Mel Tucker's a great coach, got a great team. But Washington is on the outside of the top 25 looking in here. They're going to be a ranked team after they beat Michigan State this weekend at home. It's not up there in wherever East Lansing. Is that where it's at? Or is that Michigan? Okay. So, I'm going to take Washington at home. Like Van said, I'm going to take the 3.5. I think they are going to win this game. I don't see it with Michigan State. They're similar in stats, almost identical in stats, honestly. So this would be a good test for Michigan State. Not a ranked game as you'd like to see most top 25 games or teams play, but it's a good test on the road out of conference.
I like it. And then the last one is the historic game between OU versus Nebraska. OU only favored 11 in this contest. Nebraska fired their coach, Scott Frost, this past weekend. Look, I think the 11 spread, OU's going to come in and dominate this game unless Nebraska just pulls something out of their fairy tale butts. OU's going to dominate this game. It's not going to be pretty for Nebraska. Give me OU by a lot here. If I have to throw out an alternate spread, I'm going 24.
Yeah, most people are going to say that Oklahoma's going to catch the best 1 and 2 team in the nation. I don't think it really matters, honestly. Oklahoma is, I think, way better coach than what they have in the last couple of years, right? So
I agree with Billy there. They get Mims more involved.
yeah, marvelous Marvin Mims. I think he's one of the best receivers in the college football, top 5 at least. Nebraska is on the decline. We could flip one of their recruits probably this weekend with the win. Going into Lincoln, you could say it's going to be hostile territory. I think Oklahoma wins this game, and the advances minus 24 straight is pretty good. I think they win by that much.
Yeah, dude, they should put me in Vegas.
I mean, I think they're going to play inspired because their clown coach is gone. So they're going to play. Teams always play inspired for an interim head coach. I don't know what it is, but like 90% of teams play inspired for some, down bad interim head coach and interim coordinator that's like, came up from nothing and now they're going to fight along, but it's not going to be enough. I think it's closer than what Vance and Seth thinks, but hopefully I'm totally wrong. OU blows them out, but I think it's going to be a little closer than. Will OU cover the spread? Man, I'm thinking like a 10-point win. I don't think they cover here. I think it's closer than what people think, but I do have OU, or not to cover, however you want to say it, Nebraska, whatever. So.
Billy says it needs to feature Mims more. I mean, 10 receptions, 244 yards in 2 games with 2 tuds. Kind of seems pretty featured.
Yeah, but that was last game. He had like 8 catches for 100 something yards and 2 touchdowns. So then they didn't really open it up in week 1, and then they finally only basically featured Marvin Mims in game 2. It's just got to stay consistently that way.
Yep,
because he's one of the best. He's one of the best wide receivers in the country. I
think Theo Wees needs to get. I mean, where's this guy doing? He's not getting open. He's not running good routes. Drake Stoops is getting more attention than Theo Wees.
I think whenever you look at the receiving core, Drake Stoops is going to be productive. He's going to be ahead of Theo Wees because your outside burners, Marvin Mims, that's the guy you're going to want to get the ball to, and Drake Stoops is your slot. So Drake Stoops is going to catch a lot of the 3rd and 6. I need a first down passes. Marvin Mims is your deep shot guy. So I think Theo Wees plays his role well. Hopefully he does get featured. I like Theo Wees, 5-star coming out of college, but
yeah.
Or coming out of high school, sorry.